Greg, stay nice and close to the mic. We're going to tilt this up for you because you're not a little woman. Oh yeah! BeatiDudes Nation coming at you worldwide. This is a show for Christian men just like you, my friend. We are a show also for Christian women, so hang in there. Don't leave us just yet. We are helping people to understand the faith as a place of joy and fun and funniness, and also formation and levity and leaven and
humorness
and
holiness
and
greatness.
Greatness is our guest, Greg. We're going to meet him in a second. My name's Jeff Shufflebein. I'm joined by Paul Coker.
Howdy.
And Nick Besner.
I'm loving it.
Da. And Greg.
Hey, grateful to be here.
Grateful
Greg.
Hey, grab those books right back there. Yeah. Greg, you're at the DCYC conference. You've been here before?
I have not.
All right, Greg's got these books, and he is here. Whoa. You got big-time people on these books. This is Father Mike Schmitz. Let's talk about these. This one's called Power Priests. What do you got?
Power Sisters. 12 ordinary women who accepted an extraordinary call.
Do you know all good things come in threes? And so I can imagine the next book, Power Dudes.
Power Brothers.
It sounds like a great topic.
Hey, we're going to talk about you and this book, but first of all, do we go to the same parish as you?
We sure do. St. Anne and Capel.
Yeah.
It's like cheating. Like if you go to St. Anne, you're just, they light you on fire on your way in.
Yeah, and you never burn out.
Yeah. And that fire just spreads.
During Peace Be With You, you just pass around kerosene. Keep the fire going.
Metaphorically.
How long you been a part of the parish?
I've been there 25 years.
How long has the parish been around?
Since 83, I want to say, somewhere around there.
Okay, so you're not an OG, but you're an early G.
Early adopter.
That's good. Yeah, good way to describe it.
And tell us about your life. You got family. What's your situation?
Yeah, I'm father of 5, married. So we got, they're now out of the nest almost. We got one last one, a senior in high school. They've all gone through the St. Anne High School Ministry, which has been a blessing, as you guys all know.
That's like a grand slam high school ministry.
It is.
Let's go back to this because we were just talking with our boy, little Mike, about adoration. St. Anne's has perpetual adoration. I don't know when that started.
I actually kind of remember when it did. I would say about 15 years ago is my guess. I may be off.
It's right in that ballpark.
Right.
Yeah, like 2006, I want to say, or something like that.
Because, I look at the way this parish is such a, just a place of community and liveliness and growth. And, hey, y'all, subscribe to the BeatiDudes, and you could get your very own pair of Krogs. They're wooden shoes from Russia.
Or a sticker.
You know how to sell them.
Yeah. Listen, what's weird is, I've made a career out of sales.
Yeah?
But it's just by saying stuff, and people are like, I guess this dude's really confident, so there must be something.
I don't think I want that, but don't I want
I'm
that?
sold on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put on your wooden Russian shoes. Greg, but I think once you have perpetual adoration in a parish, look out, you're going to have to build a bigger parish.
Exactly. And it's been growing in the 25 years I've been there.
Yeah.
So
We could use a bigger adoration chapel, too, because it doesn't seem to matter when you show up. There's always 15 people in there.
Yeah.
I think the pastor has that in his plan, and he is in that book, Power Priest, so he's a powerful priest.
That's right, yeah.
All right, we had him on the show. Father Edwin's a BeatiDude. He was late for confessions that day because we were duding it up with him.
Yep.
You said
He's towards the back.
He's chapter 12,
Chapter
of the
12.
12. We wanted to finish strong.
there's 12 chapters.
And he's a strong guy, so.
He's a CrossFit priest. What inspired this book? Tell us about the books.
A couple things inspired that. Honestly, one was just the call through prayer.
There he is lifting weights.
Adoration.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
This literally shows him lifting weights.
Wow.
Dude.
Full beast mode.
I love it.
He is.
You've got to get this total Ninja Warrior book.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then with some cute dogs.
But I've been going on the last couple of years on the Laredo mission trip, and just seeing the spirit of the teens, I felt that they needed to hear about some of these great priests and now, sisters and nuns who may be a lot like them, athletes, musicians, folks who are ordinary people who accepted this extraordinary call. Not to redo the title, but that's why.
Yeah.
And did you go ahead?
I was just going to say, and that's a reminder to all of us that that extraordinary call is placed on all of our hearts in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't necessarily always mean you're going to be a priest or you're going to be a sister. but that we're all called to holiness.
Absolutely. And I think that's a lot of our, we all have to think about the vocation. I'd encourage any young man or young woman to think about a religious vocation, because that just confirms that you're following God's will, even if you don't choose that path, or that path is not the one that you're hearing called.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason for the book. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you write these simultaneously or separately? I'm so curious.
Separately. I started with Power Priests, to be honest, and then as a father of 4 of those 5 are daughters, so I needed to represent them.
Yeah.
And actually, that was almost more exciting, because a lot of these work that these sisters and nuns do is less known.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to bring that out in the public.
Sure. Yeah, people know Father Mike Schmitz.
Right.
Yeah.
But they may not know his background, which is
Right,
interesting.
right.
His start in Hollywood, and the fact that
yeah.
he dated a young woman for 3 years. So those are interesting.
I know
facts
none
about
of this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and wasn't he almost in one of the Batman movies or something
Yes.
like that?
He was a runner-up for Robin in Batman Returns, I believe.
Wow.
So, yes, their loss, our gain.
right.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Wow, these religious sisters in here are awesome. Did you get a chance to interview each one of these people?
Not every one of them.
Garrett,
So, yeah,
Dee Dee, Brian.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Oh, my goodness.
I interviewed about half of them, 4 deceased, so it was based on the history. And many of them have books. But
he
yeah.
did not interview St. Teresa of Calcutta. He's just being honest.
Unless you started in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I did go to Mass with St. John Paul II, but that was back in
Very
94.
cool. Very cool.
What is a power iron nun?
Iron Nun, she does triathlon. She
Wow.
at one point held the record for triathlons, for Ironman triathlons.
That's
at the age
amazing.
group of 70s and 80s. I don't know if she still holds it. But
This sounds familiar.
Does she have to run marathons?
yes, that's a good way to look at it.
It's awesome.
And then you served in the Army?
I was an Army captain, and actually served with one of the priests that I profile,
Wow.
Father Richard Sutter. So he and I were Army Rangers together, and we served and traveled a lot together. We still get together. So it's been a great friend. Great to see him. Hear his call. He heard his call a little bit later in life, 29 years old. So
How long did you serve?
I was in for 5.5 years active duty.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. No, my
Yeah,
pleasure.
wow.
When you see an environment like this, now we're surrounded by young people. They're subscribing to the BeatiDudes, and that's awesome. You guys have a real shot at winning these Krogs. For a young man, this will either help you get to heaven or at least find a nice lady. Maybe both.
Hopefully both.
That's the plan.
Maybe.
What was I going to ask you? I had a question.
Serving,
Oh.
priest, military.
Yep. I said all those things. God, I mean, watching this line here
I
got me
know.
all pumped up about
Absolutely.
the show here.
It's great to see all these.
Oh,
high
this
schools
is
here.
it.
Okay.
I want to know what does this do for you to see this kind of enthusiasm, environment? I mean, you're like me. We're on the later stage of our youth. And when you see this crowd, you see this excitement for Jesus, for the Eucharist. Talk to us about what you're experiencing here at DCYC and with the community at St. Anne for the young people.
Yeah, I mean, it inspires us, right, to see the youth. I was at the SEEK conference last month.
Nice.
There's over 20,000 college students there. I think to see the high schoolers, I mean, that's the first step into it. You don't have to lose your faith when you go to college or, through high school, even though there's, pressures out there. So it's just very inspiring.
Well, we feel it for sure, and I think one of the things that I hope that America's hearing, that the world is hearing, these young people love Jesus and the Eucharist. They don't love being culturally Catholic and just belonging to some church, right? Those things are belonging to a church matters, right?
Sure.
Belonging to community matters. But what you keep hearing and seeing over and over is a love and a relationship with Christ, the person, Christ present in the Eucharist, and then experiencing that in the living body of the community.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what's
great.
the next book, seriously?
I don't know what are the inspiration. I've talked about power parishioners because people like you three have done so many great things, and there's so many obviously non-vocational roles in the church. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. I've had fellow Sarah Club members talk about power bishops. So I'll continue to research it.
We've never talked about the Sarah Club on the show before. For everybody listening, there's people that are not Catholic, they're out of the faith, they're interested people in the world. What is the Sarah Club? What do they pray for?
In short, Sarah Club pray for religious vocations, and they support financially members who are considering it. So a lot of the funding that goes into, obviously, priests and I guess nuns as well and sisters. They help support that. They pray for them. We meet monthly. We had a recent convention down in Miami. So it's a global network of lay members who support religious
And
vocations.
that's Sarah, not Sierra.
Yeah, it's named after
Very
Saint
different.
Sarah. My daughter
Juniper.
is Sarah, but yeah, Saint Sarah, Serra.
Got it.
Very cool. Greg, Hendry, if people want to get your books, where should they go?
Yeah, I have a website, and it's also on Amazon. So fromheavenbooks.com. And I will tell you, we give them away free to teens and religious members and Sarah members. So, if they just want to reach out, I'll get them in their hands for teenagers.
Awesome.
We had some awesome benefactors who supported that mission.
Super
and
cool.
But you can also get it on Amazon, obviously.
Great resource for a lot of youth groups out there.
When my wife was pregnant with number 6, and we don't know the gender, we go to the Heroic Media Prayer Luncheon for Life. Sister Dee Dee's there. We end up sitting right by her, and she gets up and she just grabs onto Amanda's pregnant belly, or more than halfway through the pregnancy, and she goes, that little sister in there is going to be feisty. And I can't wait to see Sister Dee Dee and say, yes, it came out of girl.
Yep.
Her name is Evelyn Maria, born on the Queenship of Mary, and she is the toughest, feistiest, gnarliest kid I've ever had. My kids, this is great. My kids got into Star Wars. They call Evelyn, number 6, she's 17 months old, they call her the Phantom Menace because you never hear her and she's wrecking everything. And then if they need to go get her out of bed, they say, oh no, the Force Awakens.
Oh, that's gold.
All right, Greg, we're going to
Gold.
let our friend come in here from this red crew over here. Can't wait to see you at St. Anne, and for the rest of you, we will.
See you in the Eucharist.
God bless you.
Thanks for having me.
I close my eyes. Golly, I hope this show will never die. There's a few dudes making tons of content that's good for you. The BeatiDudes. The BeatiDudes.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping up one of the most amazing experiences, really, in Dallas history.
All of Dallas history.
I don't
Yeah.
care where you are
It's a
right now
landmark
listening to
moment.
this.
Yeah.
The date of February 16th,
16th.
2024 will go down in infamy. The day 3 old dudes hung out with a bunch of very smart, wise, energetic, faithful people at the DCYC Youth Conference.
Teenagers.
Teenagers
Who
that-
reminded us that means they were born in 2008.
And they schooled us.
Yeah.
Both in common cool culture and in matters of pure
Faith.
I knew for sure they'd get you on the culture piece, Jeff. But
ease.
them getting you and me and Paul so much on the faith.
Well,
powerful.
speaking of which, you're Nick, that's Paul, and I'm Jeff.
Correct.
We're the BeatiDudes, ladies and gentlemen. We have been at the Diocesan Catholic Youth Conference in Dallas, Diocese of Dallas, Texas,
Yep.
all day.
Something like that.
Yeah, but
Pretty
you know
much.
what? We wouldn't be here without our guest, Josh Salinas. Josh?
Well, guys, from the bottom of our hearts and bottom of all the youth who kept just engaging and participating, thank you. Thank you for the gift that you are to the church. Thank you for your engagement with us and making space in your schedules to join us. This has been fun and a delight, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Well, not just fun and delightful. When people get to see these episodes, just hearing you right now, I'm choking up thinking about the dude that just was up here.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was powerful.
We have testimonies. We have people praying with us,
Conversions from last year's conference and coming
turning into
back.
baptisms and
Yeah.
confirmations this Easter.
Yeah.
What's happening?
The Lord.
Lord.
Yeah.
Moving in Dallas.
No, this is powerful. How long have you been with the diocese?
So I am on year 4 now,
Okay.
or starting year 4.
Okay. And then have you always been involved in this conference?
No. So I am originally from the Rio Grande Valley, born and raised there, moved up back in 2020 to work with the office. And I moved up, it was COVID time, so I didn't get involved with the conference here until 2021.
Okay. And I really sincerely mean this. Why'd y'all ask us to do this?
It was something that Jake and I, so Jacob Coppin, associate director in our office, we're just trying to think outside the box. And we had talked about doing a live stream last year. And then we realized it's a lot more of a task than we originally anticipated. And then seeing the way, the beauty in which you're utilizing your gifts and talents to outreach and just accompany people virtually, the idea just kind of spawned. I think Jake was the one who originally said, let's talk to the BeatiDudes. I said, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
That's awesome.
He literally stopped me outside in the courtyard after Mass at St. Anne, which is where most things happen. He's like, hey, BeatiDudes at DCYC? And I was like, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, ready, fire, aim. Like, what if that's how we live through this, but that's the Holy Spirit. You just made me think of something. I want to speak this one into existence. You're not even done with this conference. This is Friday night. We got a couple days left. Y'all are going to be rocking it. Paul is actually doing a really cool session tomorrow called
It's All in the Family.
with Father Kevin Colker.
Yeah, my brother and I are giving a talk, and 2 talks, actually. I mean, it's back-to-back, same talk, 2 different breakout sessions.
I wish I could see that. I'm actually going to a wedding in San Antonio. Sisters, don't you dare run off. Look, nobody's here, sisters. You could literally be on the BeatiDudes right now.
Some of our favorite Dominican sisters.
There's no
away.
charter that says you can't hang out with your favorite dudes.
With God, all things are possible.
She was my neighbor for 4 months.
That's
It was
Luke.
the
That's
greatest-
Luke's gospel. With God, all things are
What,
possible.
are you showing me your watch? Oh,
Pray for vocations. slappy
I
wristband.
thought she was like, I'm out of here.
Pray for priests.
We're going to pray for y'all because we love you very much and you're making a huge difference in the world. Thank you. God bless, you. Man, we came this close to having a religious sister on the show.
Soon.
They're looking back at us with our passive-aggressive comments.
It was like they were trying to sneak by us.
Yeah, in plain sight.
I know. Okay, so what I was going to say, and then that happened. We got the thing with Paul doing the breakout with his brother tomorrow. Freaking amazing. You said the word live stream. I realized that we're doing a recorded show here that will air later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's live stream next year.
Yeah, we will.
There's no reason not to.
We'll have it figured out.
Especially this kind of a session.
Well, unless Josh and Jacob do the end of the conference survey and everybody's like, the old man in the corner, one of them put on my cowboy hat.
Hold on, that sounds way worse. We're not in
those
the
guys
corner.
collecting all the names and phone numbers.
No. We're not in the corner. We were at a corner, a highly populous area.
And it's
We
more of
did.
a roundabout. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Well, and they try to convince us that shoes from Holland are really from Russia, and they put their sticker on it.
Quit
and-
saying they. You said that like 40 different times.
Yeah, that's true.
You were there.
I didn't deny it.
He did, actually. I heard him many times be like, Jeff said he made this up. So, Joshua, what do you want people to know about working with youth? You've had a chance to do some really cool stuff. Like, what has that experience been like for you? What have you learned about yourself, about the faith, about today's Catholic youth? It's like 20 questions. You can answer one of them.
yeah, just throw them all. Throw them
Yeah.
all, right?
Yeah.
Simultaneously, if you would.
I think I would just say our youth are hungry. And I read a statistic that it takes 5 adults to accompany a young person and help them transition into adulthood. And I say that because we see the numbers here. We've seen the engagement. You've seen how wise, how hungry they are, and how much they desire just to continue to grow with the Lord. And when people say that the church is dying, the church is not dying. The church is well and alive, and this is proof of it. This weekend is proof of that. This year we have 1,300 participants registered,
Wow.
which is the largest thus far. We have people showing up even today wanting to still trying to find a way to register. That is a hunger and a desire from the young church just to continue to grow with Christ and continue to know him. Something beautiful that we can't take for granted, and we just got to continue to invest back into our youth.
I agree with all that. You know, it's funny. I think sometimes people use these phrases like, it takes a village to raise a child. A little bit of this like 5-to-1 mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one part where I heard where it says, it takes a village of families to raise a family. And that made a lot of sense to me because now you have like the generational influence. And unfortunately, in a world where YouTube is your father and we have disparate communities and we move away from our families and we have broken homes and we have, electronics are the babysitter, the isolation is real.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're hearing it over and over that people who come here and they get their heart opened by praise and worship music. They get to hear a speaker that will challenge them and delight them. And then every one of them, and I don't know how many times you got to hear as you've been running around doing all this stuff. There was like 1,000 people in front of us a minute ago. They all go back to the adoration at DCYC, change their lives.
We're incarnational. We're called to be in brotherhood and accompany each other and walk with each other. And the beauty of adoration, when, at least to my point of view, is that, yes, we are in front of the Lord, but we're doing it together. And we're accompanying each other, and we're holding each other accountable. After this conference, I want to continue to grow with the Lord, and you, my brother, you, my sister, are wanting to journey with me, and I want to journey with you.
It's neat that, we finish every show by saying we'll see you in the Eucharist, because the Eucharist really is where we're always together. No matter where we are, time and space, physical location, we get to be together in the Eucharist. You talk about these people wanting to walk with the Lord. Well, I hope somebody's going to get a chance to do it in a pair of BeatiDudes Crocs before too long here. Straight from Russia via Fiverr. They've been worn. I think somebody must have had. Do you see this green in here?
Yeah, what is going on there? Is it grass stain?
That's why we give out socks with the Crocs. It's a barrier sock. The Great Barrier sock that we got from Australia is also going to be part of this.
Perfect.
It goes on your legs.
Didn't someone walk in them earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
And I think she thought they were going to be really uncomfortable, and I think she fell in love with them.
Yeah.
I saw her stuff in the ballot box.
Oh yeah, she ran to the ballot box.
Yep.
So speaking of the ballot box, let's grab that over here. We're going to let Josh Salinas. There's tens of thousands of things I'm thinking about right now as I look at the dozens of names in there. All right. You're going to pull out, don't read the phone number out loud.
No, of course not.
Okay, you're going to read the name of the person. We'll see if you even know him. Maybe you'll know one of the youths. All right, who wins the Crocs?
Paul Coker.
Oh, no.
That's my favorite stuff, the ballot.
Caleb Matthias.
Caleb.
Congrats.
Nice.
Oh, wait, shouldn't we be doing some sort of musical?
Yeah, let's-
Yep, here we go. Caleb, your whole life has just been changed. You're going to be walking around in wooden shoes from Russia.
AKA Crocs.
You're going to be in some Crocs. They're slightly worn, and they make you stronger in your faith.
We should drill holes in them so that they actually are like Crocs.
Holmes. Look,
Oh,
right
there already is
There's a
one.
hole right there.
Wow, and there's one there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
for when you're the gnomes sling them over
you
their
sling 'em.
shirt,
Yeah.
shoulder area.
The gnomes.
That's who
That's the Hollish.
I bought this off of a gnome. I said, bro, I got a podcast.
It's
A
funny.
gnome and Catholic?
His name was Ebay. Right? His name was Ebay. eBay.
Oh, I like the Gnomon Catholic.
Yeah.
You know what? These Crocs, if you put some little pegs on the bottom here, they turn extremely holy because they turn into a.
Paracletes.
I set him up on the radio today, and he just missed it and stared at me.
I didn't know what you were going for.
Nice.
Oh,
I was about to say golf shoes.
Gosh, that too.
I was ready
As
for
you're
this
wearing your
one.
PGA vest.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You just have to set me up 2 or 3 different times.
If we get enough audiences, eventually our jokes land
Yes.
with us.
That's it. That's it.
Caleb, I feel like we're going to have to do a call-in show so Caleb can tell us what it's like to go to school in these.
I hope that he still has friends after this.
Well, being a man, they're probably not going to fit him too well, but
He could be a 14-year-old man.
it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Josh, what size shoes do you wear?
9.
Okay, it might work.
These are 8s.
The U.S. shoe size memorized by feel.
He's got it by feel. Oh no, I know what a 9 is. That won't work. That won't.
European sizes I can't do.
Yeah, 37 right there.
That's it. That's it. Oh my goodness.
37.
Parting comments here from you, Josh.
Oh man, this has been a joy. Truly, thank you so much for everything that you're doing. So, on behalf of, once again, on behalf of all the teens, behalf of everyone out there probably laughing and saying, what?
A lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of that. And of course, my amazing team who none of this would have moved forward without. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank
the
you for
Dallas
having us.
Diocese is alive because of the people, right? Y'all are making this happen because you're bringing people to moments of encounter. They're not worried about all the other stuff, and you heard it over and over. They're not worried about the social media and the details. Y'all take care of the details so they can show up here and have encounter, brother.
Right.
Thank you for that. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of this. You know, we do have Bishop Burns as our Episcopal advisor, so we're a pretty big deal in the diocese. Just saying. And brother, when we get back to our socks, we have a sock stash. It's like a sock trophy trunk.
That's the thing now. Can somebody make that for us?
Charles, we're almost done. You can take your speakers back. No, we're going to give you an incredible pair of socks for being just a heck of a good guy.
Well, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, that's it for us. We will see you at the next year's live stream. And for the rest of you, we will
See you in the Eucharist.
DCYC. See you later.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to join us at our undersized table, subscribe to the video version of the show on YouTube by typing @ that's the symbol @, so shift and 2 on your keyboard, @ the _ BeatiDudes on YouTube. We'll see you there.